and I think of, okay, if this is somebody I'm dating, I would not want to date somebody who I don't see, who I can see myself with in the future tense as a husband or whatever. So like financial as well. You want to make sure that you're not bringing your financial trauma to somebody else that they're going to have to pick up later in life. Because even though, of course, we all want a 6 foot, 6-figure man, you're not my bill. You know what I mean? You're not here to pick up my bills. So I don't want somebody to feel like they have to pick up my bills. I want them to want to pick up my bills.
Ooh, I got a question about that.
You got a question.
Can you stay in the background?
Yeah, we can, Sergio, if you want to go towards everybody, and I can come back if you want. It doesn't matter.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead real quick.
All right. Well, if you're saying you don't want to bring your financial burden to another man, what's the point of your education if you're looking for a provider?
I mean, you look for a provider to be able to be, you know, your parachute per se. Like if you need somebody to fall back on, okay, that's your person. Of course, I'm gonna always make sure I got myself tenfold, but I want a provider there at least that if I don't have it, you got it for me, and vice versa. That's how it should be.
Okay.
But again, you're not going to provide for a man. You're
I
looking
could.
for a provider.
Oh, I could.
You could, but you don't want to. That's
Never said I didn't want to. Because
Hey,
of course, if my man spoiled me, I'm gonna spoil him tenfold back.
Yeah, well, but what we were kind of talking about earlier, though, like the thing is, you only do that for a couple years. Like you're gonna get tired of it. Like we're gonna keep going back to the same thing. Like you can say that you like these certain things about guys, but I can prove with your own experience that it's not actually what you want. Like and women say this shit all the time, and it's cap. It's a projection of what you actually like. And like so like what you gotta understand though is like when you say those type of things, you're gonna end up shooting yourself in the foot. Like it's gonna end up screwing yourself over because you're gonna end up with those bum type of guys that want to do the 75-25 or like whatever it is. Like people take advantage. I'm just telling you, people take advantage of people that talk like that. Like if you want to be a woman that talks like that, there's gonna be a pussy ass beta dude that's gonna love. He's gonna love to jump up and fucking take advantage of it. I'm just telling you, I've seen it time and time again.
I don't agree with that, but
that's fine.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you know damn well this guy that you're looking for, 6 figures, 6 foot, he's okay with providing for you for a lifetime, right? But can you say you're willing to do the exact same?
Absolutely, I'm not getting.
Get the fuck out.
That's a lie. That's
y'all
a
must
lie.
have dealt with some terrible women. Cause what?
You just said that it would only you only did it for 2 years for another guy. You're telling me that for a lifetime, for 40 years, you would let a guy you be the provider over a man. That's what you just said.
There's no provider. There's 50-50.
Hell no. Thank you.
Well, no, I'm talking about if you were actually more. If it was 60-40, if you were 60-40, you'd be okay with that for 40 years.
No, not for no 40 years.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's like my whole point of like my point is that you're never going to be okay with being the full provider. And you keep saying that like you're willing to do all these things and you're really not. Like you're willing to do it for a short amount of time.
Oh, absolutely. Because I mean, I will hope that it will be a balancing act. I will hope we would never be in a 60-40 position for the rest of our lives.
Well, the man is all, but you're comfortable with the man always being in the higher position. Like that's why it doesn't make sense. Like you're backwards. Huh?
Who said they're going to be higher?
That's why I'm telling you right now. This is the scenario that we're talking about.
I don't want a 6-figure man if I can't be a 6-figure woman. I can't keep up with your lifestyle.
You realize that no man's gonna ever want to be with you if you have like a mentality like that, right? Like there's 6-figure men don't want a woman that's competing with them. Like that's the last thing a 6-figure man wants. That's how you sound though. If you had these type of conversations with a guy, no guy would ever take you seriously. That's actually a successful 6-figure guy. He doesn't want a woman that makes 6 figures and is going to compete with him all the time. Oh, I see it all the time. I'm around nothing but circles of guys who make 6 figures. Like I see it all the time. Guys do not put up with a woman who fucking thinks that they're the shit because they're making 6 figures also. They don't care. A true man of value does not give a fuck. Dude, is there a bunch of bait ass dudes? Is there a bunch of fucking dudes that just want pussy and stuff who will say whatever they want just to make you happy? Yes, there's millions of those guys. There's millions of them. But there's not that many. Like we were doing the numbers earlier, there's only 1% of guys that are 6 foot tall making 6 figures. And those guys are not going to want that. I'm being honest with you. I'm just telling you as a guy that makes, $250,000 a year. Like it's just how it is.
I agree to disagree.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, so what about you? What are you working on? I mean, you don't really have to work on anything really. So this is a really good
no, it's something I want to say though. My thing that like I would work on would be like equal. Yes, like I want to help out like financially. I be like asking, let me get a job, let me do this, let me do this. And he says, no, baby, like you sit here. Like I be begging to go to work. But my thing that I would work on would be equal, not like just like the money, but like he gives me the freedom to do what I want. I need to where I don't give him the respect that he deserves because of my past trauma. So what I would be working on would be being equal.
Okay.
He gives some, I give some.
Okay, and I want you to understand though that like the reason why he keeps saying like, hey, you don't have to work and stuff like that is
It's
because what
weird for
happens when you
me.
work, you pick up on certain habits that aren't good habits for a relationship. And so like that's why I'm saying you can make $100,000 a year, but you have all these habits that are actually going to be really disruptive to the relationship, and that's why.
And that's what we've already.
Yeah, and that's why he keeps you at home, because he knows that there's not going to be any issues then if you do something like that.
Yes.
Here, 1 second, guys.
I'm in heels. Tripping over the cords.
Playing a little bit of musical chairs over here.
Yeah, you can take my seat.
I honestly feel like a real man is not going to want you to work regardless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
I
I feel like
hang that shit up.
And I agree.
He's gonna
like
want
if
you
a
to-
man is established with himself and that's what he's where he wants to be at, he's not gonna
Right.
care.
Just like this, as a woman, why would you want to go to work, cook, clean?
Y'all can speak into the mic.
Can
Y'all
I
are good.
say something? I'm thinking a man gonna want you to submit to him because you're gonna be the woman that you like. He's
Right.
gonna you first off. You want somebody who's gonna make you be the woman you want to be, and the woman that's meant for him. Because
Like there's personal
they
growth
leave?
and
know.
relationship growth
I'm
too.
not.
Ladies, can y'all shift
And
over
goals.
one seat for us, please? Thank you.
This makes the cameras better. But no, who was on the?
Looks
You were
like
on
we,
the end,
yeah,
right? So
she
so
was
I
at the
didn't get
end.
to you yet on that question. Yeah. So what can you just really quick? What's the actual thing that you can do to try to make yourself better?
I would just say my mental health because I have
Like they were all saying.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to tell y'all is read a book on men, ladies. Like there's tons of books out here that will tell you exactly what men are looking for, exactly how to make them happy. Like there's nothing better, and it's so easy to just read an audio book or something, in just a few hours.
You
Like
mean listen.
yeah, listen to, yeah, read, listen, same thing. But yeah, it's not that hard if y'all want to learn about men. There's tons of books out here that teach evolutionary biology. There's a really good book by Dr. David Buss that literally talks about human psychology and exactly how humans are and how we've been for hundreds of thousands of years. Like y'all need to look up that
Y'all are
stuff.
simple in
Yeah.
reality.
Yeah, you're exactly right. We're very simple in reality,
Y'all
but
really like
Bed,
that.
sex, and two bed.
Women are intricate
and bath, maybe.
intricate and complex as hell compared to men.
Absolutely.
oh yeah, especially when you get into stuff like sex and like
yeah.
what really makes y'all like gives
The
y'all
wants
sexual
and
drive and
needs are
stuff.
so different.
But
Yeah,
not
we're needy, low key. We
uh,
want to say we're not, but we are.
super needy.
What does
Yeah.
Kevin Samuels
Women
say?
want to be
Sex
nurtured the way
sandwich
that
and
they
silence?
nurture.
Oh, do
Because we're
you like Kevin
nurturers.
Samuels?
I hate that man, but
Hey, rest in peace, Kevin
he,
Samuels.
Rest in
he
peace.
made a couple points, but him going in
Just a couple?
specifically, hold on, he was specifically talking shit about black women and allowed other races to piggyback on that. That's just lame as
Yeah,
fuck.
no.
So like,
As
so like,
a black man, you should never give any other race the space to even bash or talk shit about your own women.
but like you gotta understand, like this is like what he was doing was just being honest, okay? Like
No.
everything that he was doing was he was talking to women that would call themselves 8s and 9s, and they were actually 4s and 5s. They were 30 plus years old with 2 kids, and they were saying that they were a 9. Like that's goofy. Like you're gonna get made fun of for doing that. Like it doesn't matter where you are on the internet, whether it's Kevin Samuels or who the hell it is. You're a goofy if you're gonna sit there and call yourself a 9 when you physically look like a 4 or 5, and then once you factor in that you got 2 kids and you're 35. Like you gotta understand,
Overweight.
there's a huge issue with people thinking they're way up here today when they're way down here. Nobody has no humility, and I understand why women have no humility today. I wouldn't have humility either if I had as many DMs as y'all have on as many different apps and so many different ways
It's
to meet
almost like a
people.
defense
So many people
mechanism.
coming in. I would be the same fucking way. I wouldn't give 2 shits about what anybody fucking said if I was in y'all's position.
But I feel like you can't be a hypocrite. This man was 40 something with 2 kids, don't talk to his kids, and was fucking on a fat bitch. So
I didn't even know about like the kid thing if that's
So
true.
let-
Like
let-
I would like to
let's-
see if that's
let's
even
keep
true
it-
though.
Let's keep it $150. He is not the only thing that made him high value was his money.
Well, yeah,
The
and
same
like
people he was talking shit about. Oh, your money don't make you this. Okay, but what about you?
yeah, but like you gotta understand, money does for a man. Money is what makes you high value. Or one of the many factors
No,
that
I
makes
agree,
you high
but
value.
he was telling women and men like, oh, just you having money isn't enough. You have to
Yeah,
have
and that's
at least
true.
3-4 jobs. Da, 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 da.
And that's true for a man. You have to be a provider, and he shit on men too. Like he made fun of like dudes all the time, also who are way out of the league, thinking that they were fucking deserving like a model that's a 9 or 10, and really this dude has a small dick and he's a loser. You know what I'm saying? Like guys have to be humble too. Like it's both sides, bro. Like we got ignorant people on both sides who think they're way up here and they're really down here.
No,
That's a very normal thing.
I mean, yeah, I agree, but I'm just saying, like, you can't sit up here and call women Big Berthas and you secretly pounding
Smashing on one. See, that's something. Once again, I don't know about.
That's hypocritical.
I don't know if that's true. I'd have to research and see if that's
as
true.
bad as like a guy saying he fucked a girl and he didn't fuck her.
No, literally.
Like
Or
I
a
just
guy
think
making
it's
fun of you.
projection. We all project, you know.